Hello and welcome to another live session of Northeast Today. I'm Deboshri, and today we have with us rising star of Nagaland, singer and songwriter Sosin Naomi, who has recently released her debut album Be Okay on YouTube. Be sure to check it out, and without further ado, let's welcome her on our show. Hey Susan.
Hi, hi
Hey,
Debashri. Thank you so much
hi.
for having me.
It's so nice to finally meet you, even though virtually, but it's really nice meet you. Really,
It is
we
my
are so
honor to
happy
be
to have
here.
you on the show. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
and also thank you so much for taking your time out for our viewers of Northeast today and for our today's session.
Pleasure.
It's really a pleasure to have you.
I'm glad. I'm so glad to be here. Yes,
And
thank you.
yeah, so before we begin with our Q&A, our question and answer round, we'd like to show you a small video that our technical team has worked on you.
Sure.
It's a small video on you. Would you like to see it?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, let's watch the video then.
Okay.
Okay.
Sosin Naomi is a 23-year-old singer and songwriter from Nagaland. Both of her parents are enthusiastic music lovers, which eventually led to her being drawn towards music from a very young age. Shania Twain, her, and John Mayer are some of Sosin's biggest inspirations. Sosin has recently released her debut single and music video titled Be Okay, directed by Gaurav Dhingra of Spacepepper Studios with Delhi-based independent record label Solid Pillow Records. Written by Sosin herself, in the track of Be Okay, she speaks about how self-care and moving forward with life is crucial. She has written this song thinking about all the sufferings that people went through during the post-pandemic era, which makes it so relatable. In her own unique way, Sosin always keeps her songwriting personal, building on themes of love, vulnerability, and hardships. Sosin says Be Okay song is about holding on to one's personal self. She says it is also about embracing severe times with the manifestation of a person's hopes. She came up with this track during 2020's COVID-19 pandemic. This song by Sosin, which currently has more than 312,000 views in just a week after its release, marks the first release by record label Solid Pillow Records. Solid Pillow Records aim to bridge the gap between artistic freedom and the current oversaturated music environment, and they seek to support new sounds and artists from the subcontinent, otherwise overlooked traditionally. Northeast Today wishes rising star of the Northeast, Sosin Naomi, all the very best for her future endeavors.
That was quite an introduction. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you so much for being on our show, and
I'm
it was
honored.
so nice to
Yes,
hear.
thank you.
You're just 23 and doing so much. It's so nice to see. Yeah.
Just following my passion. It's something that I truly, truly love doing it. So I am honored to be doing this. Yes, very blessed.
No, you're also setting a great example for young aspirants, young musicians from the Northeast who are terrified of following their passion. But you have set a great example for so many people out there. It's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and so tell us a bit about yourself to our viewers and about your journey up until now from Nagaland to Delhi.
Okay, so I was born in Kohima and
Okay.
I studied there in Baptist High and
Mm.
for just for a few years, and then we moved out to and we resided in Nagaland for quite long. And that's when I went to the boarding school. And after my 12th grade, I came to Delhi. I took some singing lessons for almost about 2 years. And then I started working on my own. And then I would say the journey so far has been a roller coaster ride. lots of ups and downs, struggles, and um, but I think one thing that made me going was just keep on focusing on my goals and what I really wanted to be. So regardless of everything that has I've been going through, I think yes, I would say that I'm in a good place now. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
people, usually talk about their ups in life, and you have just started up, and it's going really well. So, were there certain low points to, your hardships and really
Yes.
difficult times that you went through?
Yes. I think every successful person that we look up to, or somebody that we admire, and we read about them, it's we see that their struggles, the things that they've gone through, and then today where they are. I think they all have gone through something, and that has made them who they are today. So I
Hmm.
kind of take inspiration with that, and I try to relate to people as much as I can,
Hmm.
even in my personal life or it be my professional life. So with that intention, I really wanted to put out this song, and I'm happy that it's doing well and people are responding well to this song. Yes.
Yeah, and as of today, it has more than 317,000 views on YouTube. Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much. It's just
So,
yeah, people have
yeah,
been
so
really loving this song, and I think
hmm,
nothing makes me more happier seeing them, liking and being able to relate to the song. That's all I've wanted.
yeah.
It's,
And yeah, are your like friends, teachers coming up to you, talking about this, or people from Nagaland, back in Nagaland, back at home?
very much, yes.
Yeah.
They have all been really supportive of me, and
Hmm.
I've been getting a lot of compliments,
Yeah.
with the song, and I think it makes me want to work hard more and just do better with my
Yeah.
upcoming projects or whatever that is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're currently in Delhi, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so how was it like growing up and spending your childhood in Nagaland and then coming to this new place, this entire new
Yes,
city?
growing up in Nagaland, we're just a small community, but then we are so friendly and we're like a family. And I would say that growing up in a boarding school,
Hmm.
it has been one of the best times in my life because I got to meet so good friends, people from different culture, different backgrounds, different tribes, religion, and just being together for years and years. Just it was amazing, and the memories that I could make. I try to put that in my song as well, you know.
Hmm.
And every now and then, when I go home, we try to gather like all my cousins. We
Hmm.
gather because we're all in different places, and once in a while we try to get to meet and then have a gathering and just go on about talking about each other and just how well we're doing. So I would say Nagaland has been just really, really close to my heart. And
Hmm.
um, obviously, coming back to a different, it was a very different shift coming to Nagaland, sorry, Delhi. But I would
Hmm.
say that I've met really, really good people and it has always been very welcome. Yes,
Yeah.
so I would say I'm very happy. Yes.
Okay, and now that you're in Nagaland, sorry, Delhi. Now that you're in Delhi, is there anything about your hometown and Nagaland in general that you miss a lot?
There's so many things that I miss because it
Yeah.
has been quite long since I last went home.
Hmm.
I was here before the pandemic. The pandemic happened. I wasn't able to go home. To this
Hmm.
day, I'm not able to go home. So yeah, I miss my home, my family. Just the environment, the air. Just yeah. So I hope I get to go home this year. Yes.
Okay. What do you like look forward to the most in Nagaland?
Well, I think I would say meeting my friends and just being with my family. It's been
Yeah.
very long since we were last together. So just hope that we could, yeah, reunite once.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's is it true that your song "Be Okay" that we'll be talking about it was influenced by the pandemic?
Yes, very much, very much. I was, like I said, I was stuck here in Delhi during the pandemic, and it wasn't for a few months. It went on for a year and more. So I think I myself, I was really stressed out with the pandemic, and just seeing the loss of people, I just couldn't stop thinking about them. And every time I watched the news, all we could hear is just sad news and people losing their jobs and businesses and their homes, loved ones. So I just started to say to myself, like, what can I do? Apart from financial assistance. So I started writing the song, and this song is was written from two very different perspectives of the same person. So there's this other one part of me who is like, okay, like I cannot do it. I'm stressed. I'm sad. I don't think this is going any further. I don't know what I'm doing. All those kind of just filled with sad and grief, remorse. But then there's also this other part of me who says that, it's okay. Like, this is not permanent. You're going to get through it someday. And just see the bright side of life, what you have around you, family, your loved ones, a roof above your head, and just the fact that you're alive today. So with that two different perspective, I kind of merged and just put it out on my song, and that's how the chorus and the verse differs, in the song. So yeah, yes, that's all that the song is about. Just me wanting to, be a shoulder for people to lean on. So yes,
Also, that's so nice what you mentioned about, appreciating the small things in life and
yes,
taking motivation from real life experiences and what was happening around you. That's something to be, really proud, something to be proud of what you have done, really. And it's so nice to see young people from Northeast and from Nagaland, doing so well. We had Atso Chasi in our show a few weeks ago, and we
yes,
also had Mo Kokoza, a rapper from Nagaland, on our show. And
yeah.
what do you think about the rising number of rising stars and upcoming talent from Nagaland and Northeast in general?
I couldn't be more happier, seeing them, seeing the artists growing up, and people actually acknowledging and recognizing not because of where we come from, but because of our talents, which is really, really important. And I would say that, aside from just other states and even the Northeast state, now in Nagaland itself, I think it's hard for people to appreciate, you doing music or anything that has to do with showbiz, entertainment. So uh, we can see so many YouTube content creators doing so well. Even um, people just even doing mukbang shows, on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yes, and Dreams Unlimited, who is really popular. They're just great people, great team, and just seeing them, not just artists, just in general, and I hope that we could be living examples for the elders, so that they can appreciate, like, okay, this is actually, you can do something for a living, and this is a profession, and not just seeing as something like, oh, like, you cannot do anything with this, there's no way out, because people still think that what we do is maybe it doesn't matter, you cannot sustain and stuff like that. So I hope that we could just be living examples and inspire so many more uprising artists in any field to do what they truly love to do. Yes,
Yeah,
so I'm really
you
honored to
should.
be doing that.
No, no, no. You surely are motivating a lot of people from, all across our nation, not just the Northeast, to for such young people, to come forward, perform on national platforms, such a large audience. I'm pretty sure it's a terrifying process, how people would take it like, and would it be good or not? But you're setting a great example and doing so well. You should know that, like everybody, at least I'm really proud as a Northeastern to see you
Thank
doing so well.
you. Thank
And
you so much. Really appreciate it.
yeah, and tell us a little more about the Be Okay album, your debut. That is your debut album, yes.
Yes. So it was released from the my label, Solid Pillow Records, and I would say that the journey so far has been so amazing. We worked on it for quite a few months, including my producer, who has done an amazing, amazing job with the song. and I couldn't be more happier, just having such good people to work with. And it took about 2 days for us to shoot the music video, and there's been quite many incidents, which is it has been so memorable and at the same time really funny. Um, so yeah, just it took quite a long time, but I think it was worth the wait. Seeing the response of people and just people liking the song is I'm very very fortunate, and we're all just happy seeing how well the
So,
song is doing. Yes.
was it like stressful or was it fun, the whole shooting period?
It was my first music video that I ever shot. And my director, Gaurav Dhingra, just did such an amazing job. He was really, really good to work with. And I was very much nervous, but I think, they were all really, really supportive of me. Like, even if I made a mistake, they're like, it's okay, you can just do it. It's just fine. So that kind of made me to do better. And I only look back and be like, okay, what can I do better? So yeah, it's just the entire process was really, really nice.
Okay, so like for our viewers, would we'd like to show your video "Be Okay" to our
Okay.
viewers. So I'd like to request our technical team to play the video. That's okay.
You can take my crown, one step away from giving up, though I don't want to. Can make it on my own. I try and try just to fall again. No, no, no. I've tried and can't enough. It wears me out to even think that I can get through this. Now I'm on my own. Would you give my mind a break? Tears don't stop and then I lose control over everything. Now I say it to myself. Count to 10, take a break, good vibes, stay yourself again. Good words, kind people, you don't have to rush. You can take your time. All you've got left is you, so work it out now. Guess it's so hard, nothing's gonna make sense now. Faith, love, God, friends, family by your side. Gotta get up, gotta give up. You've got left, I know you really want to. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Know you hope so much. You've made it this far. Look up, you can fight this fight sooner or later. Good things will throw you away. Try again, but don't you let it go. Yeah, I'm feeling golden now. Can I even stand and try again to get out of this mess? It's gonna be a hard ride. Would you hold my hand? Let's run away. It's survival of the fittest. Does it mean I don't move on? I've tried and can't enough. It wears me out to even think that I can get through this. Now I'm on my own. Would you give my mind a break? Tears don't stop and then I lose control over everything. Now I say it to myself. Count to 10, take a break, good vibes, stay up again. Good words, kind people, you don't have to rush. You can take your time. All you've got left is you, so work it out now. Guess it's so hard, nothing's gonna make sense now. Faith, love, God, friends, family by your side. Gotta get up, gotta give up. You've got left, I know you really want to. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Know you hold so much.
That was such a wonderful
Yes.
music. You have a very good voice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The editing and everything else was also, top notch. It looks straight out of a Hollywood movie. It was so
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
I like I said, I just had a really good team, who
Mm.
trusted the song, me, and just we all just worked so well together. And I think that's the outcome. So
Mm.
yeah,
Will you be working with a solid pillow records in the future as well?
absolutely. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
no doubt. I will be working with them, yes.
And also, isn't it their first release? Solid Pillow Records' first release is Be Okay album, right?
It's a part of an EP, but right now it's just a single. Yeah.
Okay, and you are part of like kind of like the poster child of this record label.
I will. I Yes, I guess.
Hmm.
I'm just so fortunate that I got to be the first artist of the Solid Pillow
Hmm.
Records. And, I think um, it's such an honor for me because especially coming from the Northeast, and recognizing me for my talents, which I am so grateful. And that has always been the intention of Solid Pillow Records, that you are being recognized for your talents, for your uh, for for who you are, and that I think you don't find much, honestly, in India, just with the music industry and stuff like that. So I am truly, truly honored. Yes.
So, how do you say like how do you rate your experience of working at Solid Pillow Records?
100 on 10, 100 on 10. Like every moment that we've shared, it has been such a wonderful experience. And I think the reason why we work so well together is because
Hmm.
we don't see each other as colleagues and colleagues and partners, but as a family. And I think
Hmm.
which is really, really important. And communication has always been very healthy among us, which I think is a must, and cooperation. So yes, honestly, I am very, very honored and blessed to be working with them.
And as I was reading about you before the interview, I found out
Yes.
that your parents are also big time music lovers. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So, how is
They
it
have
like being from a family of music lovers big time?
Well, my mom and my dad, when they were young, they were singing. My mom, when she was say a bit younger than me, she was touring. She was making cassettes and she was selling cassettes, and it would just get sold out. People would demand like that. They've always been in music, and even my dad, they had a band when you know he was young, and I was kind of introduced to music because of them. I came to know what actually music is, and I think I was very, very much inspired by it. And I remember my mom bringing a Shania Twain concert CD of 1997. That was
Hmm.
way back when I was young, very young. And I remember watching on the TV, and the moment I think that was the first time I saw someone so beautiful and singing up on stage with such a huge crowd, musicians at the back, and the crowd just singing to her songs. And I remember saying it to myself, like, wow, I want to be on that stage someday.
Hmm.
And I think that my experience with watching that her concert CD just made me to pick up a guitar and just learn. And I think that kind of paved the way for me to actually love more music and express who I truly am. Yes.
Yeah, so you have actually turned your vision into reality from what you saw as a child, actually
Yeah.
worked towards it, and now it's actually a reality. It's in the real world. It's happening. How does
Yeah.
it feel? Like, is it scary for you?
Uh, I won't say it's scary. It's exciting.
Hmm.
Sometimes mixed feelings. But I'm just so fortunate that I'm getting to do something that I truly, truly love. Which
Hmm.
I think not many people get that opportunity. But I'm so grateful, and I'm taking every moment into consideration. And though Well, actually, I loved singing, ever since I was young, but I never thought of taking it as my profession. I
Mm.
was uh, preparing for my medical exams. I took up science, and I was, appearing some exams, and I think I started realizing that maybe it's not something that not something that I wanted to be. Like, it's not my calling. Music has always been my calling. So I think that took a U-turn, and I just followed music in my heart, and yeah, that's where I am today.
Okay, and like we were going through a few of the pictures earlier that you could see on the screen. We have few of pictures, and we'd like you to tell our viewers briefly
Sure.
about the pictures. Is that okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay. Let's go through those pictures again. Yeah, when
This
was
was
this? You look
when,
so cute.
yeah, this was when I was, oh, very young. I don't even remember which year was that. And by the way, I was wearing such a bright orange t-shirt. Literally, I was giving light to the entire room. I would say
Cute.
growing up, I was very, very shy. I still am, I would say. Very shy kid. And I remember my mom asking me, like, if I wanted to go to a singing competition. And I just said yes, though it's not something that I would ever want to do. But I just
Mm.
said yes. And I think it didn't hit me until I was on stage, in front of all the cameras and the judges. It made me so nervous. And whilst there were other people singing, such good songs, I was singing about red, green, blue, Even the name of the song was Colors. My friend just taught me in the classroom and I sang that. And I remember one of the judges saying to me, she was Bambike Vichusa, she was one of the judges. And there was
Okay.
Teja Meru, and then Moanung Sang, who was the first Naga Idol winner, season one. And this was, by the way, this was Kids for Fame season one. Yes, I was one of the contestants, and um, I I sang, and it's something that she told me, and it's still, still stuck in my head. And I remember her saying that you sing like you own the stage, and uh, be confident in what you're singing and what you're doing. Move around. And I remember her saying that to me, and it's still stuck in my head to this day. And I think this entire experience just took a huge turning point in my life. And I, though I got through this audition somehow, I don't know how, but I got through the audition and the second round, but then I was eliminated, which was very sure because I was really, really nervous about it. And then I started to look back, this entire experience. And I remember saying it to myself, like, if there's one thing that you have to carry well, it's your confidence and believe in yourself that you can do whatever you are doing. And I think after that whole entire experience, I started to push myself to go up on stage, to take part in different curricular activities, and just sing. And so I'm very, very fortunate for my mom putting me on this show. I was really nervous, but it just took a huge turn in my life.
Yeah, that
Yes,
shows you remember every little details about your friend and the cause. I love that.
I
That's so sweet.
I don't forget things. That's one thing.
And this is from your behind the scenes of your
Yes,
BOK album, right?
yes, be okay. Yes,
What was
it was.
actually happening there?
Yes, that's my director right there. So we were doing the bathtub scene. I was in the water for about more than 1 hour,
Oh my
and
God. Okay.
yeah. So I actually we were doing this bathtub scene, and I had to go inside the water and come out. So I don't know how to swim. So I remember going inside, and everyone was so serious, trying to capture it. And I remember going inside, and the moment I came out, I started choking, and everyone was so serious. And then I started choking, and then we all started laughing.
Hmm.
It was embarrassing for me, but at the same time, it was really, really fun.
Okay, here's another picture.
This was on the second day of our shoot. We were, yes, half of the scenes that we did on the bathtub scene, that was in another location, and this was in the in-house studio. Yes,
Okay.
this was the same in the in-house studio. That's
Okay.
the videographer right there, and that's the makeup artist and Reed. Yes,
Yeah. This is actually the poster, right, of your album.
yes, that's
Okay.
the one. Yeah,
It's a beautiful poster.
they
How
all,
long?
the credit goes to them because they did so much of work on this. Yes, this was
Okay.
when
So
I was in, yes, this was when I was in Sri Lanka with with my choir.
okay.
That was way back in 2019. Yes,
2009. Okay, you're
yeah,
performing with them.
yeah, I was,
Okay, how
and
was it?
we had a Chinese show. Oh, amazing experience! We
Hmm.
got to collaborate with the Indonesian choir,
Hmm.
Frasilia mixed choir, and then we just had a great time.
Okay. 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 Is this the one you were talking about?
This no, the previous picture that you showed me. This
Okay. Yeah.
one, yes,
Where are
yeah,
you
that one.
exactly?
I am on the left. I don't know if you can see me on the left,
Oh. Oh wait.
on
I
the
think you got. Yeah. Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
I can see it. I
first
can.
left. Yes, sitting
That's a great.
down.
Hmm.
This was when I was taking singing lessons from a Delhi School of Music, and we had a function, an occasion. I don't remember what was it, but this was the choir conductor came from America, and he
Okay.
conducted. And just I had a great time singing
How was the
and hearing
experience?
conducting. Amazing experience. That's I think from all different batches and all different ages. So you'll see some really old people, you'll see some young people, and we just had great time. Yes,
Oh.
this was in Ashoka Hotel or somewhere. I don't remember, but this was
Okay.
also in, these are my friends. We had like kind of an in-house concert type of thing. There was a function, a soiree going on, and then we had to sing. So that's us, me and my friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a really old picture?
Uh, I would say about 3 4 years, I guess.
Yeah. You look really young over there. In fact.
Thank you.
Okay, and before we went on to the pictures, you were talking about your calling, how you found your calling for music. But there are a lot of people, these days, especially youngsters in their um, early 20s, who struggle to find that calling. So, what's your advice, since you have already found yours, what's your advice to them to finding it?
I think I would say I was equally confused as any other people who
Hmm.
who wants to pursue something in life and just be somebody in life. There's a difference between you wanting to do something and your calling. I believe so because my want has always been to be a doctor. Ever since I was young, people ask me, I would say I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor, and I think my fantasy and just the idea of me being a doctor was just so powerful in my head. And that and also growing up, I didn't see so many lady doctors, so I just felt really empowered, and I was doing a job of service, which I've always loved to do. And um, just the idea of me wearing a white coat and stethoscope hanging around the neck, just holding a patient's chart and visiting cabin to cabin, that just made me feel so enticed about being a doctor. And it was something that I was pursuing, but then I realized that it is just something, maybe just a one, and no profession could actually understand me more than music, because anything that I want to feel or I want to talk about, it has always been music, and it's something that truly spoke to me. So I think that is something that any people out there, trying to search their dreams, their aspirations, like see something that is trying to speak to you, And music has been always that for me. I'm either putting it all on my songwriting or coming up with melodies and just focusing on and listening to music just makes me heal myself. So yeah, that has been my calling the entire time. I took time to, differentiate between that, but I think I'm in a good place now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, when exactly did you realize your passion for music? Was it during your medical school?
When I was in 11th grade, 11, 12,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
crucial,
Nice.
yes, that's the crucial time when you're starting to think about your career and, you know,
Hmm.
you wanting to be somebody and what do you want to be. And I think I was equally confused, like I said. But
Yeah,
every time I watch somebody up on stage, see them, I always think that I imagine myself standing up there.
yeah.
So it took me quite some time, but I think I found my calling. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Sid, so we have audience, our viewers' comments, questions coming up. So let's see what they have to say. Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you for
That's
liking
really
my
sweet of
song.
Anjali.
Thank you.
So, Sid, is there any album or few? Okay, Bengia Nuka says hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Right.
Hello,
Mhm.
Benja.
Okay, so is there any future album that you have been working on right now?
Um, Not album per se, not album, but yes, I am working on some projects which will come up soon. I can't go much in details, but
Okay.
something is coming up. Yes, something is coming up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the your fans should be expecting more from you soon.
Yes, they should. They should.
Okay, okay, you can't talk about since you can't talk about it, we won't be pushing you. But can you indirectly from behind the scenes, can you see what it might be about or something about it?
Um, I think it's just gonna be songs about me moving into, my career and forward, I would say. Because it's a beginning chapter for me. So I
Mm.
kind of want to put that on my songs and just reflect on what my current situation. So, it's a beginning, a new chapter for me. So I think that is going to be reflecting on my EP. Yes. And,
And
any upcoming projects.
okay, and do you wish to collaborate or do you like performing? Do you enjoy your performance alone, performing alone? Do you like performing alone or with a group per se?
I'm okay with performing with, anybody as
Mm,
long as we sing well together,
mm,
and be it solo or I grew up singing by myself, individual, and also with artists and even with the choirs, like you see, yeah, like you saw the pictures, and so
mm.
I'm okay with anything. Yes, and I think that's the beauty about music. You get to share your talents, you get to share your passion with somebody who has an equal passion for music. I think that's the beauty of it. Yes.
Okay, and any Naga singers or band that you wish to collaborate with? Is there
I
any
currently,
specifically?
yes, I like Abdul Meg. I think he's a very
Okay.
soulful singer,
Yeah,
very
he's the
natural.
best. Hmm.
He kind of whatever he sings, it kind of touches your heart, and
Hmm.
I think everybody loves him. There's also a rock band called About Us. I think they're amazing rock band. So why don't? It would be great just to
And
collaborate with them.
and if internationally later you want to, is there anybody you want to collaborate with, like
John
outside of India?
Mayer is like on my top list. I think it has always been John Mayer. Like he has been one of my sole inspiration. When it comes to songwriting, because his songs just are so relatable and it just kind of takes you back. With so much of talent that he has and an excellent musician. There are also so many other artists that I would love to work with, and it would be my honor. Um, Her is one. Shania Twain. If I want to sing any country songs. Um, then I love Khalid, um, some really good rappers. I love Travis Scott, so I think, yeah, just amazing, amazing people on my, on my list, and I hope that I can make it come true. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I really wish you would someday. I would love to see you performing with all these people. So would all the
Yeah.
people from our entire region and country. And like what advice would you give to the aspiring musician and artist from Northeast or from any youngster who's, wants to make it big?
I would say not to give up on your dreams. I think it's something that we always hear, but we don't know the impact that it has. But I would say keep on hustling harder. Like every artist you see, wherever they are today, they have gone through so many hardships, and it's something that you have to go through it. But don't see your struggles as something, as a stumbling block. No matter how many times you fail, just get up and do it. It's something that I think I had to go through personally a lot, with rejections and criticisms and um, not knowing where I'm going, not getting where I want to be. But one thing that I did good to me, and I'm proud of it, is that I did not give up. And I think it has landed me to where I am today. And a lot of prayers and hope, and faith in God. Just someday, that my path will be opened. So, yeah, I would say not to give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's such a nice message. It's so nice that you are saying that you went through difficult times too, but your hardship has surely shown. Your videos are trending on YouTube. There are so many views, so many likes, and people in the comment section are telling up that they're so proud to see somebody so young like you doing so well. So nice.
Thank you. I am honored that people can relate to my song, and that has been my intention, ever since I started writing the song, that people would be able to relate to it. And if I can bring a little light to their life, then I think that's the happiest thing that will make me. So I'm happy with all the response and just wonderful comments and just so much of the love and support. Yeah.
Like, what's your toughest, biggest challenge been in the music industry till now?
Well, I would say that, I think you ending up with the right people to work
Hmm.
with is really, really important. And it's something that every artist should see, that you are working with the right people and the right label. Because there has been so many artists who have gone through a lot of hardships, with a lot of pressure, not being able to fully express themselves, not even having, full rights to their songs. It has been really, really tough for them. And it's also something that I've seen a lot of artists going through. They get invited to shows, they're being asked to perform in an event. Honestly, they don't even have a chair to sit. They're setting up the stage, they're
That's really
disassembling
sad.
it. I don't think any artist should be treated that way. You know,
Hmm.
if something that you deserve what you for who you actually are and for your talents. And I hope that someday we can see a bright light and all these things, and every artist be treated equally and with utmost respect and love. And it's something, and that's the reason why I say that I'm really, really happy and glad to be able to end up with such good people that I'm working with at the label, because they've always been so supportive of me, and just me to be able to express myself with who I truly am. Honestly, you don't get that a lot. So I would say I'm really, really fortunate, and I hope that this has been a dream of Solid People Records, that the artists be truly recognized for who they are and their talents, not where they come from, or um, you know uh, marginalizing them, but seeing everyone equally, which is really important. So yeah.
Exactly. And uh, what do you really want to build your career in the music industry? Like, are you thinking of a future in this field in the longer run?
Absolutely. I don't think there's anything that I would want to be. Just sing and perform, go on tours. That is something that has always been my dream, and I wish to do that for the rest of my life. Up till I reach my grave. That's something that I would always, always want to do. And
No, as
like
it
I
should.
said, yeah, no
Mm.
profession can understand me better than music. It has always been, something that I go to, that I rely on, that has been my diary my entire life. So, yeah, I don't wish to do or become anything else but this.
Yeah, life is all about, finding what you love to do, and if you're doing it, pursuing it as your career, that's one of the best things, out there.
Yes.
Rare to find, and you're so lucky to have found it, and you're so good at it.
Thank you. I hope so. I'm like just trying to get better. So, but yes, I really appreciate it.
And you have performed publicly, but have you performed publicly before?
Yes, I have ever since I was young. You
Mm,
know, basic like we perform in the church very much. Often,
mm,
I've also performed in weddings and like tours and stuff like that. So yes, I have always been familiar with stage, although it
mm.
kind of gets me nervous many times, but once I get up there, it's something that I forget and I just enjoy. And yes, I hope to do it more in the future.
Just music takes over, and all the anxiousness goes away.
Yes, exactly. It does. It does very much for me.
Mm. And saying how your roots are from Nagaland and you come from there. So, do you plan to sing or release an album in Nagamese in the future?
I never thought of it honestly.
Okay.
Um, Maybe in the future, maybe that can happen.
Hmm.
But as of now, I haven't thought of it. And
Okay.
yeah, maybe in the future. But I know that we are very much intact with our Naga culture and our roots. Even coming from like folk songs and just our culture being so rich. And someday I would like to present that, and make known to the world that
Hmm.
this is a part of, my my culture and it's my identity. So yes, absolutely.
Okay, and you'd be open to if artists or singers, want to wish to collaborate with you and they approach you, so would be open to
Very
collaborating with them.
much. Yes,
Okay.
yes, very much. Yes.
Okay, everybody should take notes on that. Like now that you're reaching the peak of your popularity, you're a celebrity. For once you go home, you'll be getting so much of love, and like you said, you haven't been home in a really long time. So of course, people would be coming forward and wanting to collaborate and do more projects. We'd be looking forward to that, of course. And
Sure, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
for yeah, and for our viewers who don't know, this is Sosin's first interview. And are you happy, anxious, nervous? What is it?
Honestly, I thought like, it's gonna be nervous, but I think first of all, you have been such a great host, and
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm just, it's like I'm talking to my friend, so I'm not nervous at all. I think so far, like, I think we're both doing really well. So I'm so
Yeah.
happy just to be here. I'm so happy that, you have become the first person to interview me,
Oh,
and
it's an
such a,
honor. It's an honor.
such a prestigious, yeah, platform. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much for coming too, and it's really an honor to be taking your interview. And also, we have another our audience comments coming up. So
Yes.
let's see what they have to say. Okay, much love and respect to both ladies. Okay, truly inspiring.
Thank you.
So
Thank
sweet.
you.
It's
Thank you so
from
much.
Pinky and Lucas. Thank you so much for your comment. And
Thank you.
uh, uh, love everything that you're
Everything.
doing.
Oh, thank you so
Anush
much.
is your manager.
Yes. Oh, that's my friend. Yes. Thank
So,
you, Zaren.
so, thank you so much for commenting. And okay, love your thought process. Yes, there's an amazing thought process.
That is also my friend. Yes, from my
Yeah.
boarding school. Thank you, Zen.
Oh, that's so sweet. You have so many friends
I
and
know,
supporters.
I
That's
know
really
that
sweet.
just brings joy to me.
Yeah, and so how does it feel to, uh, represent the Northeast in such a big platform to such a large audience?
Representing Northeast itself, just that word itself is so big for me. Like I
Hmm.
think there's been so many artists before me who has done really well, and they actually have they've paved the way for us.
Hmm.
So like I'm like following their footsteps, and if somebody feels that I am also representing Northeast and making known to them for making known the Northeast for our talents, then I'm really really honored that
Hmm.
people see me as that. So yeah, I hope that
Yeah,
we can inspire more people to truly follow their passions. Yeah.
yeah, no, when you search up in YouTube, artists or Northeast, your video comes up too. So that's really nice. That's so nice to see. Like you're the, like a poster face of artists from our region, and there would be so many people coming up and looking. And you're so young, but you're from. As I'm talking to you, I'm getting to know like your mindset is so mature, so sensible, and you're doing so well staying outside of home, away from your family and friends. That's a lot, actually. We don't talk about it enough, but that you, a lot of credit goes to you. You're doing all this alone. Yeah, you have friends and your record label, but also, you're out there without your friends and family. That's
Yes.
really, really brave.
Thank you for your kind words, and I think it's something
Hmm.
that I've always tried to be sensible, in life, and just see people, like see for people for who they truly are, and kind of feel it. And I think that's something that I try to put up on my songs, and yeah, just yeah, I think just I can only thank God for where I am today, and I think it's all His blessings. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you like being independent? It's you are independent now, living alone, like far from home. So do you like this current phase of your life?
Very much. I think growing up, I've always been independent. I was so used to doing things by myself, and I think that's the reason why my journey and my struggles have didn't overpower me. As in, yes, I was obviously very depressed and sad that things weren't working out, not going according the way I wanted. But at the same time, I kept on telling myself that it's okay. You're stronger than this. You have overcome, so you will. And I think that made me going. And partly it's because I think growing up I was kind of quite independent, just doing things by my own. So even if I was like, it's okay if other people are not there, like I'm there for me. So yeah, just it worked out during my hardest times.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And what now that we're spoken, our viewers would get to, of course, they're really interested, and so many people are coming up to commenting, and it's really sweet of them. And but we'd like to get to know more of you. And so, like, what are your interests other than music? Do you have anything else that you like to, that you enjoy?
I well, aside from songwriting and singing, which I always do, like I spend most of the time doing that. I think
Hmm.
outside of that, I would say I like to cook. I try to. I'm not like a
Hmm.
very good cook, but I try to. And I read books as much as I can. That's
Hmm.
something I think books helps you a lot. I try to read as much as I can, and just nature. You know, I just like to look at things and admire things. Yeah, that. And also there's, I would say, a very weird interest, I would say. It's
Yeah.
that I just admire just watching, looking at infrastructures, if that makes sense. But I go for a walk, and then all I see is just look around and just admire things. So that is something, I'm really, really interested in. I don't know if that's, I won't say it's a hobby, but that's something that I love to do. Just look
Okay, so
around and, yeah. It's quite abstract, my interests
hmm.
outside of music is quite abstract, but yeah, those other things.
And what's like where to see now that you have come this far, where do you see yourself in the future?
I try not to go too far ahead. I think I've
Hmm.
stopped doing that because then if it doesn't work out according to what you want, then you only get disappointed.
Yeah.
The furthest I go is like maybe 4 or 5 months. Okay, like I'm
Hmm.
gonna do this, so I start planning this. And I think the most important thing is that your future, sorry, your present makes your future. So I try to stay focused on my present because that's what's gonna make my future. So I kind of know like, okay, if this is working out, then it's gonna work out in the future. So I try to stay focused in my present. I think I would wish to see myself be better, be a better musician, be a better singer, songwriter, and just achieve more. Yeah, I would say yes. I think that's the
Yeah.
furthest I would go. Yeah.
Yeah, and you are a singer as well as a songwriter, and you wrote the lyrics for "Be Okay." And so, what do you enjoy more, singing or songwriting?
Honestly, I can never choose that because
Hmm.
if I'm not singing or I'm not doing my vocal exercises, I'm writing songs. And honestly, that is pretty much I do the entire day, or I'm listening to songs. I'm working, I'm doing household chores, I'm singing, you know, just just that. So I think it is so hard for me to choose between songwriting and singing. Singing
And
has always been my way of expressing, and songwriting is my way of putting my emotions into, you know, uh, my songs. So
hmm.
I think they're both equally very, very important to me. I can never choose one.
Okay, and like, how do you come up with this songs and lyrics? Like, what's your creative process?
Uh, I think, well, I would say that I'm not really good at putting my thoughts into words. Like that's something I find hard to do that. So that's the reason why I love songwriting because I can always put it out whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm going through. So my my thought process, I think it has always just been my creativity, me wanting to, express myself in a way that I'm comfortable with, and that has always been songwriting. So uh, just I think knowing yourself is very important, in any creative process, and always thinking like, okay, what can you do to make it better, sound better, So uh, I would say trying to broadening your horizons. Even with music, not just sticking to a particular genre, but expanding your ideas, expanding your um, taste of music, and just appreciating every genres. I think that is very important, in my creative process, and it's something that I put it on my songs and my songwriting. Yes.
Okay. And wait, earlier we came across this picture. Wait, the technical team was just showing this picture where you're performing somewhere. And can we go back to the picture? Yeah, this one. Can you tell us about this?
This was way back in 2016. I was in the boarding school, and this was our banquet. It was in the month of January, and so
Okay.
yeah, I was singing. Yes, it was in a banquet.
What
Yeah,
do you remember what you were singing?
I sang Christina Perry's "A Thousand Years." I was singing
Wow,
that
I
song.
love that song. I love that song.
Yeah, it's a very very beautiful song. I love the song too. Yeah, that was very a long time back. It's been
Okay.
like almost
And
5 years, I guess.
y- my God, long time.
Yeah, it has
And,
been.
and So speaking about being be okay, you came up with this during the lockdown period, no?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So how was the lockdown period for you? Were you in Delhi at the time?
Yes, I was in Delhi. Like I explained it earlier, I think I myself, I
Hmm.
was very stressed mentally, and not just
Yeah.
me, but everyone. So I kind of just, put that in my songs and just
Hmm.
making myself feel better, making other people feel better. And
Hmm.
that has been my intention till to this day. And people are receiving in that way. So I think I'm very happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Delhi's condition was really bad at the time. Seeing
Yes. Very much. We couldn't go
living.
out.
Yeah.
We were just stuck at home. And it went on for months and months. So, just seeing four walls every single day was kind of hard. And yeah,
No, you are really a
even
living example. Sorry,
I
you were
think
saying.
I would say, yes, I would say that, this, although pandemic was very, very depressing, I would say that
It
something
was.
good came out of it. At
Hmm.
least, I didn't waste my time. And I think this song, something beautiful came out. So I think I'm partly, uh, I don't know if grateful word would be the right word to say, but because of the pandemic, this song came out. And
Hmm.
had it not been the pandemic, maybe this song would have never been born. So
Okay.
in a way, it did good to me, with this song. So yeah, I'm happy. I look back and I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't too bad. So
Hmm.
yeah.
No, surely you're a living example how to turn the best out of a worse situation and timing. Like I said earlier, great example for so many young people. Yeah, and you know, what's weird question here? Like, what's is there any favorite boy band of yours, or and there has been a rise of K-pop following among Indian fans, and a lot of young people, these days they're into Korean musician and BTS and bands like Blackpink. So, are you a fan too?
I've always been a fan of BTS. I think I listened to them ever since they started singing. They came together as a band. And I started listening, and even to this day, I listen to them. And I think Blackpink is also amazing. They're
Yeah,
just really, really talented. And I think K-pop has also influenced a lot of Indians, in many ways.
it did.
And
Should be
yes,
appreciating all kinds of music from and music,
exactly.
unifies people.
I think
Music,
it's
yeah,
so good that it's breaking the language barrier,
yeah, it
and
is. It's
you
all the
don't
way from
have
North Korea to
to.
India.
Yes, you don't have to
Mm,
understand the music to love
yeah.
it. It
Mm.
just you just get emotionally attached to it and the people who are singing. So that's the beauty of music.
And speaking about music, is there any do you have any favorite instruments? Like you said, you played guitar, and is there any other
I'm
instrument
not
that you like?
really a good Yes, I'm not really a good instrument player, but guitar would be my go-to instrument.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had to choose one. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking to you have been so nice. It's a pleasure. And what would you like to tell, to our viewers watching us live right now and to all the people commenting?
Yes, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you who have been here, for supporting me, for liking my song. That means the world to me, and just them being able to relate to the song. Like I said, I'm saying it again and again, but that I think nothing would make me happier than they being able to love my song and to be able to relate. Yes, I am just so grateful. I don't even have words to say, but I'm just so grateful for all your love and your support, your kind words, and it has been pouring out from so many directions and even from people that I don't know. I think that makes me want to keep on making music more and more, you know. So yes, I really, really appreciate it and thank you all so much.
Yeah, like you
Yes.
said, no, like people who you don't even know are have been coming up to you. So that's when it strikes, oh my God, okay, I'm making a difference. I'm yeah, a famous person. I'm a celebrity now. So how does it feel?
I don't see myself as a celebrity or anything. I just, I think I'm just me, and I like to be me the way I was before. All this thing happened, and I think I am very much, grateful that just the fact that I'm doing something that I truly love, and I hope that people see me that way and not somebody, as a celebrity that I can't come up to her and talk. Like I would always love to, converse and just come up and, engage with them. So yes, I'm
Okay.
still the same and I will be the same, that people have known me. Yes.
Okay, so we have audience comments coming up. Would you like to see that?
Yes, absolutely
Yeah,
yes.
sure, sure. Let's see the comments. We are all watching
Thank
from
you so
home
much.
and parents, sister, and family. So proud of you. Oh, so cute.
That that's my aunt. Like, thank
Oh,
you so much.
that's really,
I
see,
know.
okay, Solo Ilsung has commented really appreciated, thankful to both of you for doing such a great job and bringing young talent, Northeast artists, singers, etc. to the Northeast Life channel, exploring their thoughts, goddess. Thank you so much, Solo, for your
Thank you.
a very
So,
sweet and wonderful comment. Thank you.
thank you so much.
How was your
I'm so
interview experience in Northeast today?
sorry.
How was your experience with our interview today with Northeast today?
So amazing. Like I said, you have been such a great host, and I wasn't feeling like I'm doing an interview with someone. It's
Yeah.
it's been amazing. I'm so happy that my first interview went so well. I think this is going to give me such a boost in you know being getting interviewed in the coming days. And just thank you for being so nice and just so you know so relatable. I'm saying.
Okay, and I would like to tell all our viewers to be sure to check out the BOK video that's currently trending on YouTube by Sosin Naomi. And Susan, it was so nice to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
It
you
was
so
honestly,
much for
I
having
too
me.
felt like I'm talking to a friend, you know. You're so down to earth and nice. And I loved your thought process about music and your professional career as well. It was really nice having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
And
so much for having me. I am honored.
and we'd really love to have you again on the show somewhere in the future. Okay?
Sure, sure. I would love to anytime. Anytime I would
Yeah.
love to.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much for being on
you.
the show.
Thank you so
And
much. Thank
on
you so
that note, we'll like to end today's session. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sosin Naomi is a 23-year-old singer and songwriter from Nagaland. Both of her parents are enthusiastic music lovers, which eventually led to her being drawn towards music from a very young age. Shania Twain, her, and John Mayer are some of Sosin's biggest inspirations. Sosin has recently released her debut single and music video titled BOK, directed by Gaurav Dhingra of Spacepepper Studios with Delhi-based independent record label Solid Pillar Records. Written by Sosin herself, in the track of BOK, she speaks about how self care and moving forward with life is crucial. She has written this song thinking about all the sufferings that people went through during the post pandemic era, which makes it so relatable. In her own unique way, Sosin always keeps her songwriting personal, building on themes of love, vulnerability, and hardships. Sosin says BOK song is about holding on to one's personal self. She says it is also about embracing severe times with the manifestation of a person's hopes. She came up with this track during 2020's COVID-19 pandemic. This song by Sosin, which currently has more than 312,000 views in just a week after its release, marks the first release by record label Solid Pillow Records. Solid Pillow Records aim to bridge the gap between artistic freedom and the current oversaturated music environment, and they seek to support new sounds and artists from the subcontinent, otherwise overlooked traditionally. Northeast Today wishes rising star of the Northeast, Sosin Naomi, all the very best for her future endeavors.